Do you remember when Russell T Davies wrote really, really good Doctor Who stories? Bonjour and allons-y. Welcome to Music and Stuff with me, Rob Lewis, and it's Who's Day Tuesday today, which means we are discussing Doctor Who, and this week reviewing Doctor Who Series 4, starring David Tennant as the 10th Doctor and Catherine Tate as Donna Noble. Catherine Tate as Donna Noble obviously was in the Christmas special a couple of years prior to that, The Runaway Bride, same character. It's kind of a follow-up. So the series was broadcast on the 5th of April 2008 and is widely regarded as peak New Who. And this is my thoughts on Doctor Who Series 4. So I've just covered Voyage of the Damned in a separate video, and I'm going to be doing the specials in their own separate videos from now on. But yes, so Donna Noble, great character, I have to say. 10th Doctor, yep, great Doctor. So it kicks off with Partners in Crime, the first episode of Series 4, and it's with the Adipose company, and Sarah Lancashire as the nurse, the auntie, nanny, whatever it was called, and the Adipose were these little aliens. Are they aliens? What happens is you take these pills and then it's to get rid of fat, to help people lose weight. So you take these pills and then overnight the weight walks away or something like that, because it's actually happening while the humans are sleeping. The fat is congealing into a little creature, cute little adipose, cute little creature, to sell toys, obviously. And so technically, are they alien? Because they're born on Earth. So technically they're not extraterrestrials. Anyway, so the Doctor is obviously investigating the Adipose Corporation company, whatever it's called, and so is Donna Noble. She wants to find the Doctor again. This is her way of trying to do it. She regrets not travelling with the Doctor and wants to do it. So she's trying to find him. It's quite funny. They keep kind of avoiding each other, keep missing each other. It's entertaining. It's the first story in a new series, and they often start out quite light, and it's fun. In fact, I haven't said the score yet, but I'm going to give it a point higher for that. So it is a good bit of fun, and then when they do meet, the scene in the windows, it's not for everybody, but I think it's hilarious. I really think that captures the characters, and I'm more than happy with that. And I can't remember the whole conclusion, but it ends up that Donna ends up travelling with the Doctor, and we find out that Wilf, the old guy at the newspaper stall in Voyage of the Damned, turns out to be Donna's grandfather, Wilfred Mott. Although it wasn't initially planned like that, because Donna's dad, I can't remember the actor that played him, but all the characters now, Trevor Noble, Roger Noble, Gerald Noble, Jerry. This is futile. Sadly, the actor that played Donna's father passed away, so they had to kind of rewrite it. But obviously, Sir Bernard Cribbins was available, and that character in Voyage of the Damned had an open arc. So, yeah, Partners in Crime. It's a Russell T Davies episode. Back when he used to write good stories. And I will give Partners in Crime, I'd initially put it down as a 7 out of 10, but I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So that's not a bad way to start the series. Oh, hang on. Go on, say your bit. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope you're enjoying it. If you are, maybe you could just help out a small channel by pressing the like button, sharing it to your friends, hit the subscribe button and the alarm notification bell so you can keep up to date with my new videos, and just generally just watching them. It all helps. I'm just a small creator just trying to find my way in this YouTube metropolis. If you really want to help out as well, there's a link to my Patreon in the description and in my About section. So again, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. And then we come to episode 2, The Fires of Pompeii, written by James Moran. Great story. So it kind of... The doctor takes Donna to Pompeii on Volcano Day, and it's about the pyroviles. Is that what they're called? I haven't watched it for a few weeks. Pyroviles, and they kind of cause... Did I say earthquake? I meant volcano. If I said volcano, it's fine, but I think I might have said earthquake. But yeah, they kind of started the volcano, and... yeah, I mean, plot-wise, it's not the strongest story, but character-wise, it's fantastic. I have to make a note here, because this is one of those bits of trivia that always has to be pointed out, and I don't think you're allowed to make Doctor Who YouTube videos without pointing out that the episode does star future companion Karen Gillan and future Doctor Peter Capaldi. It's the law. I have to mention that. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of the plot, but character-wise, it shows Donna really kind of what she said at the end of The Runaway Bride about you need someone to say no to get you to stop, or whatever I can't remember the quote verbatim, but she said you need someone to tell you when to stop. She persuades him to go back to save someone when the inevitable volcano erupts, because you can't stop it, it's a fixed point, but she convinces him to go back and save someone, so he goes back and saves Achilles' family. And we all knew Catherine Tate as a comedy actress. Very funny. Not all of her things have aged well, but generally she's a talented actress and comedy writer. But here you saw the whole other depth of her, the other range of her acting skills. Superb how she did that, and it's pretty much for that reason that I'm going to score the episode an 8 out of 10 for Catherine Tate's performance in that episode. Then we get to Planet of the Ood, which is episode 3, written by Keith Temple. It's good. It shows kind of like the Ood on their home planet, and they're slaves, and they're kind of just factory farmed. It's kind of classic Doctor Who, really. The Doctor arrives on a planet and finds someone being oppressed and saves them. It's sort of, yeah, it kind of fits the standard Doctor Who template that's been around since 1963. But it's good. It's a fairly run-of-the-mill episode. Again, Catherine Tate really honing her acting skills in that episode. And Tim McInerney as the bad guy. I just can't forget him as Lord Percy or Captain Darling from Blackadder. But yeah, Planet of the Ood, 8 out of 10 for that. Then you get the Sontaran Stratagem, episode 4, and the Poison Sky. For me personally, the lowest point of series 4. And it's still good, don't get me wrong. We see Martha Jones return, although Freema Agyeman is criminally underused in this story. She's kind of cloned and everything, but we also see Donna's family and stuff. I'm not a fan of New Who Sontarans. I find them a little bit, I don't know, I find it hard to take them seriously. As much as a good actor as Christopher Ryan is, who plays Strax, I think. It's if I had to skip any story in series 4, it would be the Sontaran story. The whole Atmos thing. It's all right. It's fine. Maybe one episode could have done it better than 2. I don't know. Written by written by Helen Rayner. Yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna give them both 6 out of 10, or 12 out of 20, whatever you want to do. It's all right. It's better than many other stories. I'll refer you to series 2. Then we get to series 6, The Doctor's Daughter, written by Stephen Greenhorn. I like it. It's entertaining. I like the bit where Donna works out the backwards dates and stuff, and then it turns out they've only been there a week. Of course, Martha Jones is with them in this story as well. Used a little bit better here, but not on her own a lot. So she's not really interacting with the Donna with the Doctor and Donna. Why can't I talk today? But it's good. It stars Georgia Moffat as Jenny, who was brought to life from a DNA extrapolation of the Doctor, so she is effectively the Doctor's daughter. And again, another Doctor Who YouTuber lore, I am legally obliged to tell you that Georgia Moffat is actually the Doctor's daughter. She is the daughter of Peter Davison, whose real name is Peter Moffat, of course, who played the 5th Doctor. So she is actually the Doctor's daughter. So it's quite nice, that little bit. I don't know whether it was an intentional thing or it's just pure coincidence. And I'm also legally obliged to tell you that she and David Tennant began a relationship after or during the filming of that episode, and they are now married. So she's also the Doctor's wife. There, I have to say, it is the law. So a very Doctor Who-y family. Brilliant. That's it. The Doctor's Daughter. I'm gonna give that a 7 out of 10. Then we get to The Unicorn and the Wasp, episode 7, written by Gareth Roberts, who's written a few stories. It's a nice little bit of fun, a little bit of a historical of sorts, but with the alien threat. And it's just a good little whodunit, really. But it's fun. I don't want to say too much because it is a whodunit, so there's spoilers. But they meet Agatha Christie, and it's kind of done in an Agatha Christie mystery style. But yeah, Unicorn and the Wasp, I want to give that 7 out of 10. And now, this is where everything changes. Episode 8, Silence in the Library, and 9, Forest of the Dead, a 2-parter. If I just said the words written by Stephen Moffat, it's probably enough for you. If you've seen my other reviews, you'll know where I'm going with this. Fantastic. With the Vashta Narada, an invisible enemy, Stephen Moffat's timey-wimey stuff, how he has all these different plots going on at once that all make sense at the end in a way that only Stephen Moffat can do. We also see the first time River Song, who obviously becomes a much bigger character later on, a very popular character, but this is the first time we meet River Song, and the first time the Doctor meets River Song. It is, I'm not going to say too much about the plot, but it is as close to being perfect as you can get, I think. I'm going to give both episodes a 10 out of 10. If I could score them higher, I would. I don't think I'm allowed to, but yeah, I think a 10 out of 10 for both of those. It really, really top draw Doctor Who. And then you get to number 10, Midnight, and it's just as good. A Russell T Davies episode, written on a budget. So they filmed this and the next episode simultaneously. So this one doesn't feature Donna much, and the next one doesn't feature the Doctor much. They were kind of filmed simultaneously, but Midnight. Basically, the whole plot, the whole story is set in a minibus on this planet called Midnight. This could be one of the best Doctor Who stories of all time. It is fantastic. Spoilers. If you've not seen it and you want to watch it, skip ahead a couple of minutes. But spoiler warning, I really like the fact that it was never resolved. The Doctor didn't save the day. There was no day to save. It was the stewardess that saved the day, who we don't find out her name. But the Midnight entity is still out there. It was a bottle episode written on a budget, but really is one of the greatest Doctor Who stories of all time. Just like the ones before it. And like the one after it, episode 11. I don't think I need to say that I'm going to give Midnight a 10 out of 10. But episode 11, Turn Left. And this one is another Russell T... In fact, they're all Russell T Davies episodes from now on. This features Donna Noble because the Doctor is killed at the start. It's kind of like a sliding doors thing. What happened if Donna had made a different decision earlier in her life? So she didn't meet the Doctor in the first place, didn't stop him with the Arachnos, got killed. So everything that kind of happened since has an effect on her. So she's affected by the Titanic and all that stuff. I'm looking at the paper. It's not the Atmos. All that stuff affects them, and basically it ends up in this kind of. It's really windy out there. Kind of dystopian, kind of apocalyptic reality, all because she'd made this one different decision a couple of years prior to that. And we've been teased the whole series so far that we kept seeing glimpses of Rose Tyler somewhere on a screen or in the background or whatever. But here we meet Rose Tyler. She's back, crossing over from the other dimension, and I'm not going to say what happened, but it's a great episode with the return of Billie Piper as Rose Tyler, and I'm going to give Turn Left 10 out of 10. That's 4 stories in a row, 4 episodes in a row, 10 out of 10. That's peak. Then we get to series 12, The Stolen Earth, and The Journey's End, episode 13, a 2-parter. And this is Doctor Who does Avengers Endgame. Russell T Davies had 3 shows on the go, Doctor Who, Torchwood, and the Sarah Jane Adventures. And this is where they all meet. It's a huge story in terms of the scale and the universe. So we have the Doctor and Donna, we have the return of Rose Tyler, who teams up with Donna's family. We have the return of Martha Jones working for UNIT. We have Sarah Jane and her gang. We have the crew of Torchwood. Everybody in this story all meets up. And we also have a teased regeneration. The Doctor gets hit by a Dalek. It's a Dalek invasion story. And with Davros, I'm not going to get too much into the plot. It's a decent plot. Not the best, but it's good. It works. Julian Bleach as Davros. Julian Bleach, a fantastic actor, of course. He was in Torchwood Series 1 and one of the Sarah Jane stories. But yeah, it's on a huge scale. So the Stolen Earth, I'm going to give 9 out of 10. Simply because it's just the scale of it, the imagination. It's wonderful. That's a word I don't use very often. Wonderful, unless I'm being sarcastic normally. Then Journey's End, not quite as good. The whole Dr. Donna thing, Meta Crisis, and the towing Earth home and all that stuff. It's a bit silly. It's a bit Russell T Davies kind of writing himself into a corner, and he has to find a crappy way of getting out. But it's decent. It's alright. I can let it go. And of course, you see Jackie and Mickey in that episode as well. Rose gets some closure, although it's a bit. But it's alright. She gets some closure. Martha and Mickey run off together at the end of the episode with Captain Jack, and Sarah Jane also. Well, no, we do see her again. So yeah, but the really heartbreaking part is Donna's ending. Again, if you haven't watched it, what hell are you doing watching this video if you've not seen it? But where she has to have her memory wiped. It's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking seeing that happen. And up till recently, it was a really moving part of the story. Russell. But yeah, so I'll give Journey's End an 8 out of 10. So we've got a combined score of about 8.5 out of 10 for the whole series. And it's weird, I think that's what the individual episodes have built up to, but I think as a series score, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10, because it's peak New Who. It's certainly peak Russell T Davies. It's the best work he did in the show. You had a run of top draw stories, and the worst of the series is the Sontaran story. And it's not that it's crap. It's just compared to the rest, it's the lowest of the. It's the worst of the best. If that makes sense. But yeah, it was Russell T Davies' last series. We'd had the announcement that David Tennant was going to be leaving the show, as was Russell T Davies and much of the crew. But he hadn't left yet. We still had the specials to come, and that will be in another video at some point. But yeah, no, it really was peak Doctor Who. Lots of stories, lots of loose ends getting sorted out at the end of that one. Well, that's my review of Doctor Who Series 4. Episodically, making an 8.5 out of 10, but I think thematically, I'm going to give the series a 9.5 out of 10, because it is really, really fantastic. Yeah, don't forget to do all the like and subscribe and stuff. Oh, what was that strange noise? But that's it from me. I will see you in the next one, where I should be talking about the specials. It might just be the one. I don't know yet. I might do them all as one. Haven't decided. I'm going to be away for a few days, so it might not be next week. But either way, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you later, Bill and Ted.
What it is I need is like a 20-second clip that I can put at the end of each video. You know how other YouTubers do it, where I have at the end of a video like 4 things on the screen as, you know, like and subscribe, that kind of stuff. I just need something like that, but I don't know what to put.